Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 19 of Aneria, The Shattered Realms. That was very quiet and like NPR at the beginning there. I apologize.
Welcome, everyone.
Tonight.
On Meadstead Radio.
Welcome back, everybody. It's great to have you all here. Unfortunately, Colby could not be with us this evening. Yep, he was unfortunately Avada Kedavra to death. Wait, which is typically how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we do miss him, and we hope a speedy resurrection this time.
Yes.
Yep. But I think before we begin, let's just go ahead and go through the usual motions. Do you like liking? Do you like commenting? Do you like subscribing? Even if you don't, please like, comment, and subscribe to our video.
Helps us a lot.
It's therapeutic to just go click. Yeah, it's easy.
Leave a comment and tell us know what you like about the videos. That really helps our content kind of shape itself into something that you might want to see.
On the video you get, Brander gets punched in the face.
It's true. One. That's his punishment.
Even the obligatory for the algorithm.
Yeah.
We love that one too.
Yep. Even with the Arcanum gone, Brander is still in prison.
It's someone cast a curse on him.
Hello? Is anybody out there? It's like a kissing booth, but it's a punching booth.
Yep.
$20. Yeah. Free shot of Brander.
And also, don't forget to join us on Fridays when we have our streams. We either do some art, some wonderful art, or some great painting of minifigures. They're both fantastic, and I love every second of it. I absolutely loved the giant twig kaiju that Preston's been working on,
which is basically just a really big tree.
Yeah. It was like make me a twig blight, but a kaiju, and it's like that's a treant. That's
a mountain-sized treant.
And of course, check out our merch store. Yeah, it's down there in the description. If you like,
we got hats, we got shirts, we got stickers, we got stickers. We got cups, we got Dankus Swass.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
from our last episode, apparently we need to make a set of trousers that say "Just Piss" on the front.
Yeah. Yep. And then Otter Piss brand on the back.
Otter Piss brand trousers. And of course, what else do we have? Our friends over at Syrinscape who provide wonderful sound effects that you hear every evening. Always the cow.
That's that violent one.
Yeah.
Violent cow.
There's goals. You guys want to hear goals? There's no goals apparently.
We have no.
They're
goals.
too far away.
Yep. Yeah, they are very far away.
There's aspirations.
2023 goals.
In there?
And this is coming out a couple weeks after. In fact, probably like 3 weeks after. Go check out Dallin's cool video on his Pathfinder character that he just built.
Yeah,
his first new build. Yep, we'll go ahead and card it for sure. Gave us a shout out over there, so I think giving him a return. In fact, go check out his channel. Let's link it in the description below as well, because we need to give him some love.
It's unfocused. It's just everything that I love every week, whatever I decide. So,
and I find
do you like reviews
amazing.
or games or sometimes D&D content? Then go check it out. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Without further ado, I think we're ready to get into tonight's game. Last time we had quite the adventure in the castle known as Barrel Hall. The party was drugged there by a rather oafish captain of the guard, an elf named Quarren, in case anybody forgot his name. Quarian, sorry. I forgot his name. And there you met Maximilian Semler, the current minister, and an old human with kind of a bit of frailty about him, who enjoyed drinking tonics and potions as he spoke with you.
He had a blue tongue?
Purple.
Right.
Purple tongue.
He had a purple tongue.
Oops.
Yep. And unfortunately, there was some confusion about why he might be in love with Mona, the woman that he had just recently married, that Routh was very interested in. And Alomah
was suspicious.
Dispelled magic on him and removed all of the potion effects, essentially knocking him unconscious.
That's the equivalent of like unplugging the life support machine.
It pretty much was.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, faker.
You don't need this iron lung. What are you talking about?
Mom, remember unplugging my console as a kid?
Yep. Click. My dad always just said he would come in and hit escape. That was his. That was his threat. And then both Scott and I would go, "Oh!" and start hitting the escape button on the game we were on, which did nothing. After that, luckily, Kalmia, one of the board of directors for Meadstead was there, and she kind of smoothed things over, let you guys go talk to Resh for a little bit. Unfortunately, that interrogation was cut short, but not before learning that the Harried Arrow is where Theravix resides, and it should be here in 2 days. Also, you learned that he was working for a person named Grim, but it took a little bit of deep investigating into the Book of Bounties in order to find out who Grim was, and it turned out to be Mona's bodyguard.
Yep.
So, the next morning, after a incredible cure or curse removal for Bolt's little scepter that he had that resulted in a rod of lordly might that I in no way regret, the party convened and
into it, Cory. Lean into it.
split up into 2 groups, one Alomah and the 3 of you as the other one.
What you should regret is Grim telling us that her name was Borg.
Yep, that's true. That was very much a regret of mine. I should know not to make any sort of like naming convention jokes or comments around Scott. Because
I'm dad.
Yep, he will immediately dad joke me. But you were able to get the evidence that Mona and Grim had been poisoning and diseasing Maximilian Semler this whole time.
Found the poisoner's kit. He's in a room. Yep. In a room.
And Alomah was able to
Cure him.
cure it.
Yeah. Yep, and we ended the episode after Victor sent a message to all of the guards in Meadstead telling them to be on the lookout for Grim, and that she would have a poisoner's kit on her from beneath her bed.
Yep. While I ran into the
thing on?
Yep, plot twist. And we ended with them surrounding her in the halls, the guards, and she kind of just went, shit.
Right there
And
on the floor.
that's exactly where we're going to pick up tonight, with the 3 of you running around the corner, seeing the guards and Grim standing there. Mona is screeching at them, telling them to put their weapons away. Grim isn't, or not Grim, Lydia. She calls her Lydia. Lydia is not, she's not doing anything but helping. She's a member of the family, basically. Maximilian is looking rather confused and a little weakened still, but he's kind of like got his cane and he's propped up against the door. Kalmia looks a little bit smug, and Alomah is just looking like he's AFK. So
he's walking into the wall.
No, he's just like standing like kind of like this, and then he just like sits down at one point and just keeps like staring.
His animation just stares up at the moon.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say we need to call Colby and have him do his idle animation.
We're
and
in the
then
middle. We're in the middle of conversation. He's like, "Oh, it's like, wait a second. You're a kitsune, not a." Whoa.
summons a moonbeam over himself and then land. You know.
Okay, so what do you 3?
/ follow. Got it.
Yeah. So walk around the corner. And see all this going on.
Yep.
And not really going to speak up unless someone is talking, or if Maximilian starts talking, or I'm going to wait for him to basically be like, "What is going on?"
So Grim sees you come around the corner, and she points and she goes, "Those are the 3 that I'm running from. I took their poison kit off of them. I think they've been poisoning the minister." And the guards like look a little confused and pull their weapons back a little bit. Quirion is there, and he looks over, and he narrows his eyes because he's already very suspicious of you all.
Victor will kind of walk forward and, well, that is something you might say, but I believe if indeed we are, feel free to search our persons. We are not in possession of a poison kit.
Yeah, that's because I stole it from you.
Well, I imagine if you're poisoning one, what would stop you from poisoning others? Would you perhaps have a stash in your room?
Did you hide a stash in my room?
How would I get into your room?
We're going to go
just a
ahead.
guest here.
We're going to go ahead and do a charisma contest here, a persuasion contest, or you're rolling persuasion, I should say.
That is a 16.
16.
Plus 3.
17, 18,
Spark
19.
of inspiration.
Alrighty.
Spark of inspiration.
Right. Bull just goes, yes.
2021.
20. Okay, all right. Using the epic die and everything. Okay.
Gotta seal everything.
Yes. The guards look back and forth a little bit, and then Maximilian actually clears his throat. If these 4 were attempting to murder me via poison, why then would one of them cure me of diseases that I didn't even know I had?
Precisely. And you have been feeling ill well before we arrived, yes?
Of course.
How would we have had access to you?
Exactly.
Well, we've only been here for a little over a day. Actually, 2 days?
It's only been a day. Like, just a little over a day. As you can see, I don't think that they would have any reason to lie. And he turns and it doesn't turn to Grim, but he turns to Mona. And he goes, "My dear, do you have anything to say in this situation?" And she kind of like pales a little bit. She glances between Maximilian and Grim, who is giving her an unabashed like, "Come on," stare. You know, the usual like, "Be on my side on this." And Mona clears her throat and says, "I had no idea that my bodyguard was doing this to you. I am so sorry, my husband." And she turns and she says, "Please take her away." And Grim looks incredibly devastated at this. Won't even make you roll any checks for that. She looks absolutely broken, and she just drops the poisons onto the ground, which you can hear some cracks as the vials crack a little bit. It's not like any gaseous.
With the ones I saw, it's not like
no. Well, so there were some like jars that had some stuff in it. Yes.
Be very careful. If there are things in there that are broken, guards, you do not want to touch them.
Yes, perhaps. Bolt, my friend. Am I right in assuming that your kind is immune to diseases?
That is correct. I'm also quite hardy when it comes to poisons as well.
Would
you like me to gather it?
Yes, could you please check the back?
Of course. I'll go over and I'll open it up, start pulling the vials out.
And the guards like take a step back. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Can I do a deception check and go? Just kidding.
I won't even make you roll that. But it does give everybody a fright. Yeah.
A medicine?
Yes.
That's an 11. Let's do a epic die. 16.
16. Okay. So none of the disease jars are broken open, but you can see there are like a couple that were like, "Oh yeah, this thing contains mummy rot," or whatever other diseases. Or
that's COVID in it.
COVID, yes.
Yeah, I want to. Since I'm immune to disease, I would be like, bloop.
It doesn't taste like anything. Ironic.
But only if I know exactly what it is. I know that it's not like airborne.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah,
Just stick your finger in it.
obviously.
It's acid. Big enough.
Nice.
Nice.
So then, I want you to roll me a charisma saving throw, please.
Well, I'm gone, guys. Sorry.
Because I rolled a 3. I rolled a 3.
Inspiration.
Yeah, I'll use inspiration to see if it's any better.
Okay.
Okay, 13.
13? 13 total?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you kind of like are finishing everything up, you hear like a whispering, and you both see like Mona make a quick hand gesture, and Bolt, you turn your head, and she's completely charmed you at this point.
Okay.
And she says, "We're leaving." And she is going to... that is technically her action, so if one of you can get a better initiative than her, you might be able to do something.
Can I roll a check, like an Arcana check, to see if I understand what just happened?
Sure.
Nope. Nope.
Which is just like, why is she saying that?
That's a 2+1.
Okay.
It does. So, like, she says this to him.
Yes.
So, looking at him, does he look like he's going to comply?
At this point, yeah. Like you think that she's your best friend, and she basically used charm person.
Yes, of course, Mona. Right away.
Bolt.
Grim. Oh, Grim.
This
You
is
said
Grim.
Mona.
Oh, sorry. I meant Grim. My
Okay.
apologies. Yeah.
Bolt.
I guess at this point,
Aramis, what about you?
I don't know if I would understand.
Yeah, you're kind of...
Trying to think if I could get silvery barbs off.
As a reaction.
It's a reaction. Magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must reroll the d20 and use the lower roll.
So that would be
yeah.
that would be against an enemy rather than bolts.
So that's not going to work here.
Unless you want me to get
Worse,
even worse.
More charmed?
Yeah.
I'll just kind of.
Yeah. No, at this time, I'm like standing up, like
I'm suspicious at this
walking
point.
over to
Can I roll like
behind
an
her.
Arcana check or something to see if I can understand what's happening? Oh, 4.
Both of you are extremely confused by Bolt's
I know,
sudden
I'm 3
shift.
plus whatever.
Can he roll something? Maybe like give us a tip.
He'll give one of you advantage. How about that?
I only have a +1.
Oh, they have a +1. We're both screwed.
I have bad dice. Come on, dice. 3.
Unfortunately,
4 and a 3.
unfortunately, not being here means that he can't actively participate.
No.
Yeah, so you both think that Bolt just had a...
Bolt, what are you doing?
I'm leaving with Grim here.
And she is going to put a hand on your shoulder and say, "Don't follow us."
Like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, exactly. Because she is a smaller... I think she's like 5 foot. Maybe 4'11".
She would have to jump to put a hand on my
She puts it on
She grabbed
on
your
your arm
cheek.
and she goes, "Don't follow." And then she's going to Dimension Door and pull one willing creature with her.
Yep, because if I'm charmed,
Yep.
I can't resist it, right?
Bolt, no!
And both of them, and it's sort of like this little green swirl that comes in, and or a pair of green hands that like flare out and then,
Like the big green hand from Star Trek.
yeah.
Mistakes
As this is happening, I'm like, have a nice day. Goodbye.
At this point, I'm just dazed and confused. Like,
I have no idea what the god has in plan for me.
I assume at this point, we understand what's happening.
Yes, at this point you
Okay.
you get the idea that maybe there is some sort of charm going on.
Is there any kind of like save on it, like on my turn type of a thing?
So you get another save. Let's see. It is charmed until the spell ends, or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. So, as long as she doesn't do anything harmful, you're charmed for the full hour.
She's breaking my heart, though. I'm going away from my pals.
Breaking my...
Yeah.
Because that's what I was going to say. Is like, if I saw it, I'd probably try and hit you. Or like, do something, but... 3, 2...
Alomah does say that a spell of that size can't go that, or of that magnitude can't go that far. Wow, I went complete Akbar.
Cannon. It's a trap. When it's not controlled like Colby,
It's a
he's
trap.
Akbar.
We should spread out and look for it.
Yeah.
I'll go this way.
He's not king, right? He's minister.
Minister, do we have your leave to save our friend? He's been accosted by this woman.
Yes, of course. And he waves to Cory and he goes, "Find her. Find them both."
Excellent.
And in this moment, I want to take a moment to glance at Mona.
Okay.
And see if I can catch any like smirk or like underlying like knowingness. Because at this point, up to this point, we kind of like suspect her, but we don't like have any hard evidence of her.
Yeah.
So 13 plus, would it be insight?
Yes, this would be an insight.
Okay, that's 23.
The look that you see on her face and her general demeanor are not one of a villain who's gotten away with it.
Okay.
They're one of extreme panic and worry that something has gone horribly, horribly wrong.
Got it. So if she is involved, she might not be the cool-headed mastermind in overhead kind of thing. Okay. So just with that,
We must spread out, see if we can find where they went.
Oh, sorry. I'm going with Grim.
Yeah, get out of here.
I don't think we have to worry too much. There's a piece of information that we know that they don't know we know. There it is. I'm assuming
You're right.
Grim's going to try and get off on that boat.
Are you talking?
Just to Victor.
Where are you guys talking
so
right
this
now?
point,
I would assume we would have like started heading
Yeah,
off
sorry,
to go
okay,
find it, and I kind of
perfect.
want to just...
I'd probably pause for a second and say, like,
Let's check a room first.
Good point. We'll go head that way.
but that way, I want to open the doors. Is there anything in the room right now?
So just a second here.
Might be too obvious.
I don't know.
She's just laying on her bed. Oh, hey guys.
She just wanted to,
Bolt's
him
just
to come
standing
like
there with,
rubber
like-
feet or something.
A big fan.
So let's see.
Big palm
To
frond.
just visualize this in my head. You open up the door and there is nothing changed as far as her room goes.
She's not here. Let's go elsewhere.
You do hear some shouting down in the courtyard, though.
And how far is the courtyard? Is there a window? To the courtyard
Not from this room, but in the hallway there is.
in the hallway? Okay.
Yep.
And how far down is it?
So you like open up the window because they're just like regular
Just
kind of stained glass,
Okay.
and you can actually see Grim and Bolt are running out the main courtyard. Bolt, you've appeared there after the dimension door, and Mona says, "Come, protect me." Well, not Mona, Grim. Gonna get the two of you confused.
I'm gonna just grab you and dimension door.
Oh, snap.
We're gonna
You have
go
it
down
too.
there. I do.
I forgot.
So
I was about to say, how heavy are you? Can
I will say
carry you
that
on my
it takes like 20 seconds for you guys to get to the point where you see them walking out.
Okay.
So they're going to be towards the courtyard. Bolt, there are 2 guards in front of you, and they are threatening Grim.
So if
with,
they're doing the dash, that's
polearms.
3 turn orders.
I
That's
recommend
60,
you
120.
vacate the premises as I'm running towards them.
They do not
and
look
the
like-
shield like
Okay.
So we can get
Oh
close,
yeah,
and
as
then
soon
we'll
as
do
they
it from
see
like
the
120
shield,
feet
roll me an
away.
intimidation check.
I should do Zephyr
Actually,
Strike and my,
or persuasion, whichever one.
and then go slap Bolt.
oh, they're both
It's
terrible.
like
So 6.
6. The guards look a bit nervous, but they're going to stand in your way.
Okay.
Okay. So I think we're okay to get into a little combat situation here.
Kill the guards.
So we're going to do this as just a theater of the mind, just because we're not quite sure. This is more of a chase scene.
And we have
than
so many
anything else.
snacks.
Yep.
Reveal the snack map.
For the people.
Snack map.
Snack map.
Snack counter, this is your
It would
time.
be impossible to get rid of them all in the time it would take for food.
Oh,
Hurry.
impossible. Improbable, maybe.
All right. I'm going to do this. We're going to do a couple of these.
Sounds like a snack bowl at a high school LAN party.
High school. So, let's get some initiatives from everybody.
Pretzel ones? Not so much. Ready to slap Bolt in the face.
That was a critical fail.
And that was a critical success. So
The dice are rolling in my favor. When
17.
It's not
Victor's
in control.
licking his hand as he's going to run by Bolt and just slap him as hard as he can.
So, what was your total?
26.
26. Hey. So, yeah, first up in our initiative order. At this point, you two are up in the court or the upper level still.
Oh, so we haven't dimensioned.
You haven't dimension doored yet,
Got it.
Okay.
but it is Victor's turn.
Okay, I will use a bonus action to click my heels together for my boots of speed. And
You're gonna run down the wall.
yeah. And then I'm going to... Hold on, let me think. Is it an action? Can I use an action for that? Because I got 2 bonus actions. I can't take 2 bonus actions. That's the dumbest thing about D&D. It's true. Instead of
The dumbest thing about D&D. You make a whole
Hey,
video.
in fourth edition, you could downgrade your action to bonus.
You
and-
think
know,
you would think
seriously.
2 bonus actions could equal 1 action, but you know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's not
forgo
balanced
my
like
action
that.
for a bonus action. I mean, that's... It's like, come on. Anyway, okay, well, I'll click my heels together.
Scott, I made a mistake. I'm giving you 2 epic die because it's too late in the story to change it.
Right.
But technically, charmed person is a wisdom saving throw, not a charisma saving throw.
Okay. It would have only been 1 higher. So 14
Yeah.
instead of a 13.
Which wouldn't have been enough still, but would have been significant in other ways, potentially.
Yeah, it's a bonus action still. So I'll click my boots together, and I'm going to hold my action, looking at you, free action, saying,
How close can you get them to us?
How far away are they?
At this point, so I would say at this point they are probably about 520 feet away.
I can get us pretty close.
All right, I'll trust you.
and I'll hold my action. We're gonna do the
The bro handshake.
bro handshake and lightning strikes behind. But I'm going to hold my action to throw my dagger non-lethally, like however that might work.
Yeah.
At Bolt. When I'm in range of Bolt, I will throw my dagger.
Well, unless your dagger can do 163 damage in one hit,
It's probably not lethal.
Well, I was gonna open hand slap you doing Mach 6, but I decided that it's probably
that might hurt you more than hurt me.
No, it's probably
Break your hand.
Just evaporate my hand, just like.
Okay. Next up on the list is actually Grim.
No. That's right. There's cards.
Initiative?
17.
Pretty good.
Oh, we can still hit Bolt.
And as she's running behind you, basically using you as cover, you hear her whisper the word "writhe" under her breath, and two like spectral green hands like smoke out of her mouth and like rush towards the guards. So they are each going to make a saving throw. Are they good at wisdom saving throws? Of course not.
They must be me.
They must be you. Both of them fail.
Definitely me.
This is like
I'll play both cards. Or are they going to sit on the ground and start?
They rather stop. I'm a snake.
They definitely like it lashes onto their faces and causes a bunch of pain. I'm a sneaky snake, but it does not drop them outright. So.
That was a
they
good
are-
attack.
Finish them, she says.
Okay.
And then it is not your turn. It's actually Aramis's turn.
All right. I'm going to cast Dimension Door. When we clap our hands, bing, there's going to be a smoky portal on the ground, and we just fall, and then we're going to pop up out of the ground.
Do we when we come down? Do we come out?
Yeah.
Right side up or upside down?
Yeah.
Okay.
We come up feet first, and so we have to go. Whoa.
But you both do that really cool, like you use the momentum from the bro fist, like push
Yeah.
off each other and backflip. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So
then say presto
I went the
flip.
full 500 that I could go. So now we're 20 feet.
20 feet away.
All right. From
20 feet away from Bolt.
26
Yes.
to hit on
Grim did also use her 30 feet of movement to get 50 feet ahead.
Okay.
After
so
she
she went in
finished
front of
them,
you.
and then she went around you.
26 to hit Bolt with my held action. And that will be with, again, I'm not going to do anything super crazy. I'm just going to throw my... We'll use... Not Cinder, so we're going to just use Saddle Song.
So,
12 points of damage.
Charm Person says you or your companions, referring to the caster of the spell. So if enemies of the caster, I'm not sure if it grants you...
But we would still be friends with him.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, like, you can charm someone, but you can't make them go into obviously dangerous situation, right?
Something that would be, like jumping off a cliff or stepping into fire. Or
So I don't know. I don't know how that...
Let's see.
I think that's up to the DM.
Enemy of my enemy, my friend.
Looking for... Let's see.
Computing. Cory's
Yep.
DM machine is working.
It's called Google. So what
Charm
I'm going
monster.
to do is I am going to declare that you get a disadvantage roll when they're actively harming you. A disadvantage charm roll. Because it's a chance to break you out of the spell, but you're also kind of reaffirming that these are not friends of yours anymore, right? Because they are attacking you. If you guys try to reason with Bolt, the whole like, break out of it, man, I know you're in there somewhere.
Remember that one time?
Exactly. That might provide either just a regular thing or a new saving throw without advantage or disadvantage or whatever. Just because. Just because. That's what I decided.
Let us know in the comments what you think.
That'll be a fun discussion, I'm sure. So, give me a new roll with disadvantage.
What kind of roll?
A wisdom saving throw, please.
A 2.
Oh. And that was 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay. So, I will say... So we'll do this. For the purposes of you being under the charm spell, you now regard Victor as one category less. So like on the making a relation with somebody, like you normally would with a charm or a
Victor's screen
persuasion.
it says Bolt will remember this.
Yeah. So it's one of those where
disapproves.
you're a little bit more likely to attack Victor because you failed that save,
All right,
and you see him now as a
reload
threat.
the last checkpoint.
Yep.
Try this again.
Anything else that you like to do?
I'll use my movement to try and get in between Bolt and
Grim?
Grim. Yeah.
Okay. So you have 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'll just kind of position myself between, kind of like my back up against Bolt, facing Grim, so that he maybe thinks I'm on his side here.
Okay. Perfect. The guards are going to go, and each of them is going to take a swing at Grim, because she's the one that attacked them, even though you're within range. They're both going to hit. Go
guards!
guards.
Demon team!
They deal.
You get
8
advantage on
damage
your
total.
next roll if you know.
Oh, thank
what
you for
that's
reminding
from.
me. They actually have disadvantage because of her thing.
So the
Nope,
right-
that was
right-
even better. These guards are amazing. Take them with you, please. They're too good for this town. Okay, yeah. So they both come down. Like as she's coming across, they both like jab her with the spears, and she kind of winces and keeps
whisper.
running. And then she calls out, "Help me!" And then it's Bolt's turn.
I'm going to see Aramis land in front of me, and I'm just going to kind of like just weave around him.
Pardon?
Excuse me, I don't know why you're standing there anyway. And then I'm going to, run up to the closest guard and attack.
Okay. I would say that you've got Grim in the middle, both of them on either side flanking her, and then you can run up basically to have.
So I
keep
can
within
be
range of both.
next to both of
Yeah.
them?
Mhm. Double punch.
Double punch, yep.
Give me a pair of attack rolls, please.
Can I reaction and make him have to reroll that?
Oh, silvery
I'm
barbs.
going to silvery barbs.
Okay, yeah.
To
So
not hit
First
the
attack
guards.
or second attack?
Let's do the first one.
So I rolled a 9.
No! Yeah.
5.
Okay.
But that's an 18.
18 still hits. Yep. But you also give advantage to somebody else,
You have advantage. On your
where
next
you
save.
could give it to Bolt too. If you
Oh, for a saving throw?
yeah, technically, yeah.
technically. Okay, that is
Sure.
what I'm going to do. Never mind.
like, don't do that, but break out of it, but snap out of it, man.
Try and hit his hand out of the way, and then put my hand on you, and some sort of like inspirational bardic magic will.
Yeah, there's like ash coming off of
Surge,
your
yeah.
hand as you're like trying to. You're basically like he's pushing forward, and you're like.
doing that.
Are you throwing blue steel at him and everything slows down? It's like, it's so beautiful.
And then the other. So what
So
was
the
the damage?
first damage is 13.
13. Then that's enough to take that guard out, and I'm assuming it's non-lethal damage, right?
No, I'm just going to knock him out and then try to hit the other one. And that's way higher. So
Okay. Yeah.
32.
Yeah. Give me that damage.
15 damage.
15. Okay. So the first attack, like, Aramis like knocks your hand away and is like pushing it against you, and so you really don't want to like risk the second attack. You want to make sure it connects, and so you smack the guy upside the head, and you hear a sickening crack as you hit a little too hard, and he crumples to the ground. You unfortunately dealt massive damage to him beyond his current hit points, so that one is dead.
He's making me do this. This is not
Okay.
Join me, I Kill People Club.
And then what else would you like to do?
I mean, Bolt has killed people too.
Yeah.
But bad people.
Just keep running after Grim, and just
Okay.
kind of like, keep glancing over my shoulder to see what my enemy's doing.
Yeah. So you can move another 30 feet. Aramis, like, you manage to, like, shift him out of the way. You can leave the threatened area. Do you want to take an opportunity attack? This would be a straight roll because the disadvantage from attacking would be balanced out by... No?
I'm going to let him go.
Okay. So you move away 10 feet of movement. So he's 20 feet away from you at this point. Back up to the top of the round. Victor, it is your turn.
They, by the way.
They.
Bolt, this is not like you. Wake up! And I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
I always protect people. What are you talking about?
So at this point, Zephyr Strike plus boosted speed plus walking speeds is 120 feet. So I have plenty
You
of
can
room.
basically run circles around all of us multiple times.
So I'm going to run up and be like, I'm your friend. I'm trying to help, and I'm going to turn and hit at
Grim.
Grim.
Okay.
But is she out of his threatened range? Like if I pass him to get to her, because I would
So
run
let's see.
past him to get
So
to her.
she would have moved 30, and then he would have moved 30 up, so he would be right behind her.
So if would I still be within his threatened range, or would I take
Technically,
an
you could like
opportunity
speed around, and you would leave his threatened area to get to her, where you wouldn't be in his while you're
I
attacking.
mean, at this point, Victor
Or you could
wouldn't necessarily
go
think he would retaliate against him, so Victor would run right past him to her.
Yeah.
But I'm just seeing if he's within range, then I would take opportunity.
So that's up to Bolt. If you want to roll some sort of check for this, perhaps, or so at this point it's not ally; it's probably friendly. So I want to see what you want to play it as.
So. If Victor moves up next to me, and then
Oh, roll me a quick persuasion check.
7 plus 7, 14.
14. It doesn't quite meet the DC for making him more friendly towards you, but he'll still get a saving throw.
Yeah.
They will still get a saving throw. Sorry, continue. Not threatening.
if Victor would run past Bolt, I think that they would. If you ran like past, I think that, and if I had seen that you were going for Grim, I would have tried to maybe use my reaction, like opportunity attack, but can I grapple? Or
Yeah, I think
I
opportunity.
think it's just a melee.
Yeah, I
attack,
think it would
which
just
grapples a
be.
melee
or could I
attack,
do
isn't it?
something like
I don't
Is it
remember. what it's
considered?
considered.
I think it is just a melee.
I want to do like a low damage thing to try like maybe knock you off balance or like stop you from attacking?
Yeah, actions in combat, one of them is...
Opportunity attack says you can make an opportunity attack on a hostile creature you can see within reach.
Grapple of one.
You use your action to make one melee attack.
Yeah.
So
It
if
cannot be used to make the grapple attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I will try to maybe just hit you and knock you off balance.
Okay.
So,
With the Thundering Gauntlet. So.
which would give you disadvantage. Does a 28 hit?
Yes.
You're rolling great against against your friends. tonight.
12 damage.
Take
And
12
then
damage and then
You have
disadvantage
disadvantage
if
on
you
anything
don't
that's
attack
not
me.
me.
Damage, okay. And disadvantage first roll.
So yeah, as you're going past to hit Grim, like he smashes into your side, makes you stumble a little bit.
First roll is a 17. The second roll is a 13, and that's with my plus 11 for Cinderheart.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to hit. That's still going to hit.
Okay. So it's 1d4 plus 9. Now here's the real question.
Yes, he is still considered your ally.
So my ally,
Mhm,
and he's
So you
still
still
within 5
have
feet, so I have
you have a sneak
so I have
attack.
sneak attack. Okay, so 13.
Technically, I don't think I should allow it in this situation, but I'm going to allow this.
Okay, so that's 13 for the piercing damage, plus the 2d10 for fire. That's going to be 9 for the fire damage, plus
So 21 total so far.
21 total so far, plus sneak attack, which is... I'm going to re-roll one of these with my piercer feat. That didn't suck as much. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. That's 35.
With
Sneak
disadvantage?
attack. With disadvantage.
35
Good job.
plus 21.
Mhm.
So 56.
56. Yep, 56 total damage.
Okay. She is not down. But
And-
you blade right between the shoulder blades, right? And she lets out a cry, and as she does, like you see this like green mist escape. Oh, I forgot one piece. I forgot one piece. What piece of damage?
Because I passed Zephyr Strike. That's for 1d8.
Oh.
6 more damage.
You see this green mist coming out of her mouth like it's trying to envelop her, and then her eyes just kind of glaze over and she falls to the ground forward. You needed 3 more points of damage there, my friend. So you got it.
I skid to a halt and go to my knees and go, no!
And the charm breaks.
Don't you start chasing harlots now.
Am I aware of what happened?
Yes, as soon as the charm is done, you are aware that they charmed you.
At this point, like, I'm kind of, like, sickened by like, ugh.
You're chasing her. What is wrong with you?
The guard.
And you beat the guard to
guard.
death. You broke his skull. His brains are all across the place.
Well, it wasn't that bad, but as I'm running over towards it.
It wasn't that
I think he
bad.
was under the effect of something. Let's give him a little bit of a break. These things happen from time to time.
I'm going to go over to the guard and try to pour a healing potion in his mouth.
Yep, unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be curing any wounds.
Aramis, do you have anything that can help? Wait.
Well,
Don't you have?
he's like, is he dead?
Never mind. No,
Or
hold on.
He is dead.
Can I?
Dead,
Yeah,
okay.
I am.
master
I'm
damage.
So Cure Wounds isn't going to help here.
Revivify.
Yeah.
I will
Okay.
cast Revivify on it.
That's a 500 gold piece diamond.
I have it in my notes that I bought 6 diamonds.
Okay.
Sorry, my god just
As you're
kills
doing
people.
this,
We don't bring him back. to
Victor
life.
would be like, listen, Bolt, I know you were under the effect of this. I can hide
So-
the body. I know a guy. I
So-
can find them.
The little plates on my shoulders move out of the way, and the little, like, you know, the coils that come out from my lightning. They only come out a little bit, and then
Charge.
my
Clear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And it takes a couple of hits.
Yep.
His brain starts
You
squirting
have
more.
to use a focusing diamond in between the Tesla coil
Yeah,
to get it to.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
it.
Yeah,
that's
and
useless.
eventually the guy revives with 1 hit point.
Are you okay? And then I'll push.
Bolt, you should not
Bottle.
take it from me.
No,
You
I-
should not waterboard them right as you wake them up.
Hurry, drink this. The guy that the person that just killed him, I'm like, drink this, and he's like, okay.
Honestly, he's completely disoriented at this point. Somebody offering him something after when he's like injured. Hopefully, it's a healing potion or a Meadstead. Like either one will do in this case. So that's 2d4 plus 2.
Unless he takes a full action to drink it.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, he probably.
He's like sipping it, like, you know when you get out of surgery and they're like short drinks, water chips, you know.
Here's some crackers. You're like, my mouth is so dry. I cannot eat these crackers.
I get the feeling he needs to make some apologies. Will you help me with the body of Grim Lady?
And I'm literally going to not look firebolt the body.
Oh, you are.
I was just getting ready to go. I'm like, and then your fireball comes out.
Victor's walking up and he's like in his head. He's like, I wonder what he has in his pockets. And
Okay. So she already had 1 death saving throw. You just added another death saving throw,
Now she's on fire.
and now she's on fire. She's an object.
Oh wait, would this be considered evidence?
probably should not burn this evidence.
Run over and start putting her out.
I'll start
do you
rolling
want to? Do you want to like heal her?
No.
No. Okay.
Will we end up burning her?
First,
Yes, I totally poisoned him.
I will.
Okay.
I'll bind her arms either way in the event that she stabilizes. But I'm not going to.
Okay. You're letting
Yeah,
nature
over
take
and
its
whisper.
course.
Yes, minister.
Okay.
I'll let the
I
rolls
poisoned the
decide.
Saving roll 3. All right then. She dies.
What a sadness.
I didn't-
Well, anyways, mystery solved, right?
well,
Time
not
to get
quite.
paid.
How do we know that Mona is not in on this? I mean, when I saw her, she seemed very afraid. But I don't get the feeling that she is completely without fault.
Search her person and see if there's any correspondence, letters, journal notes, anything.
She seems a little bit too green to be doing a job like this, right? Mona?
Yeah, she might be on over her head. I'm not sure.
I'll also go check on the other guard just to see.
He's just unconscious. Like you were able to non-lethal damage knock him out. Yeah.
No?
He'll-
I take a little bit of water and
Yeah.
pour it on his face, you know.
Oh, and he'll reach for his sword.
Well,
It's okay, I was under her spell.
Is Terdrick okay?
He is fine.
And he's like, all right. Like complete like head wound, bleeding, like still sipping on that healing potion.
Massive head wound, Harry.
His neck is still kind of crooked. It's like
Yeah, it didn't heal him correctly.
You put the stuff in the wrong place.
Back to it here.
Back on track.
So, at this point, everyone else is kind of filtering out. Cory and the other guards are rushing out. They're rushing towards Grim, who is kind of just in a pool of her own blood at this point.
Victor going through hypocrisy.
Alomah comes over and he heals the other guard as well. And he makes sure that...
oh, Colby's gonna hate that. Use all of his spell slots to heal us. I'm kidding.
It's an unoptimized healing.
He uses a fifth level cure wounds on the guard.
Wow, on a guard.
You need extra healing, friend. In Lunar's name, of course.
Oh, this one's dead.
Yep.
Here's
10,000
10,000 gold.
upon you.
He does make sure. Are you all right?
I've got a little bit of a scratch from Victor, but I'm okay.
I think we meant more like mentally. You alright?
You're not going to run off again, are
That's
you?
pretty traumatic.
I have abandonment issues, in case you have not noticed.
Well,
He got really, really attached to me just in those last 2 minutes. It was crazy.
He's basically... He kept me from killing everyone in that building.
I like how abandonment is not like depression that you off yourself. It's everybody else around you.
He refuses to take his own, and he has to like.
are we your
push
conscience?
it to everything everywhere
Yes.
else? Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. This is not the first time this has happened where I've been mentally controlled or put under some kind of spell and made to harm my friends. I don't like it.
Where's the Arcanum when you need them? Filthy bastards. They'll let you just do any kind of magic these days. Should be illegal.
They're really letting us down. Where
Where are they?
Cut scene to
That is an unresolved plot line in Sal's part.
scene to the
Is
Sal's
where they
part.
are. Yep. They just get a chill. Like, why are people like angry
Victor's
at
like,
us
hold on,
again?
let me get my goblet. To all the remaining Arcanum, I'm coming
Meet
for
Victor
you.
here. I have beef with you.
I have a feeling I need to find some way to prevent this in the future. I've been alive for a very, very long time. And this is the first time in basically my whole life that I've felt that I was incapable of protecting those that I care about. It's not a great feeling.
Well, I don't have a lot of advice, but when I feel inadequate in my protecting abilities, I usually just go get a drink. Seems to make sense. Next one's on me.
Sure.
I'll join you, but the next time you run off, I might not hold back.
Well,
Well,
pardon me for interrupting.
just a minute. If it comes to that, I do hope.
Sorry, go
I broke a little bit. I do hope that if I am compromised and cannot be saved, I wish for the rest of the party to do whatever it takes.
I think we should probably put that in the clause for all of us. Be the keys.
Because I don't want to not be myself.
I agree. The thought of someone else pulling your strings, making you do what they want, like a puppy.
It's not fun. Yes,
Well-
Maximilian.
I apologize for interrupting. I was just going to say that I appreciate you uncovering this plot to end my life. My wife and I are extremely grateful. It could have been very bad.
Now, you're very welcome. However, I don't think we're 100% to the bottom of it. I don't want I don't want you to take offense to this. I hope you don't take offense to this. I'm not entirely convinced that Mona is not part of this.
He glances over his shoulder where Mona is kind of standing off, and she's just kind of got a pale look on her face still.
She doesn't seem like the type to want to do that.
I understand you have a lot of love for her.
I do.
I would just caution. Maybe think a little bit about it.
Roll me a persuasion check.
What was your secret roll for?
I was just checking if I was gonna grab what's her face? Grim's arm and be like, "Hey, Mona." But I did it. I succeeded on my will save.
If I can get anything. Ugh. 8.
Victor will at this point.
Again, I do not want to offend.
I don't take any offense, actually, but thank you for your concern. I will make sure that a thorough investigation is done to see if we can find anything.
Pardon me. I was wondering if, where is it? Grim, the Book of Bounties. I see that she has a bounty here. I assume you don't mind if I collect on this?
I suppose not. Considering she was in my town, I suppose the bounty falls to me. How much gold is the bounty for?
Roll me a D100.
$1 million.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting thing. Does the Book of Bounties... I'm assuming it's kind of like an Arcanum
63.
thing?
It used to be an Arcanum thing.
Yeah.
Now it's more of a...
Because it would be... Whoever, owned the town... I'm assuming this is what I'm assuming. Whoever owned the town would just be like, yeah, here you go. We'll pay out from the coffers, and then we put a request into the Arcanum and they reimburse
There's a
us or
master
whatever.
book, and these are all just
There's
images
just
into their book.
Yeah.
Just pulling from the database.
roll me a D10 as well, please.
D10?
Yep.
8. I was gonna say 80 bit because it was on a. You don't know that 8.
Let's see. What is 8 times 63? Math? Computer, what is 8 times 63?
8 times 63 is 504.
Do we get copyright struck if it's her voice? I forgot what the number was because I was making a joke.
504.
That 504 gold is what.
504, got it.
We can cut out that. We can cut out
No.
the Alexa voice.
Nope.
Just make it really deep.
Yeah, I'll just go in and just tweak it.
Oh, absolutely. Let's do some demonic voice.
So 504 gold pieces.
Yes, he was... Quarian, if you wouldn't mind. And Quarian goes, yeah.
Thank you. I assume you handle the rest of the paperwork for the bounty book.
Yeah, if you just come this way, well, I can get that taken care of.
No problem. I'll be right back. I'll follow him off.
Anyway, Quarian will run an investigation and make sure that that we have gotten to the bottom of this. Apparently, some of the guards have already found more poisons underneath her bed, so it does corroborate your story that she was the one who was under behind all of this, as it were. I'm a little concerned that Resh had said that he was working for her, and I'll make sure that Krauth knows as well to see if there might be anybody else that might be under the same double employment, as it were.
Well, it's good to hear that our names are basically cleared at this point. If we can do anything else to help with this investigation or in this matter, please let us know.
Of course. I believe that everything should be settled. Again, thank you for your service to Meadstead and to me. If I would be more than happy to repay that in kind. If you want monetary value, that is fine, but you could also have the ear of the minister for certain items if you need them.
Question.
Yes.
Would Victor encounter anyone who would recognize him from the bar earlier, and they would perhaps say something about, yeah, go Meadstead on the way to this?
Probably not, because you're in the barrel hall
I
still.
just wanted somebody to punch, that's all. So in the background, it's like, you're in my debt, and then Victor, just jumps on some guy. He's like,
Just
vodka
allow
forever!
So it's a quick
Quick exchange.
pretty quick exchange product.
Pretty quick.
Not quitty prick. That would be
That
something
is a
completely
quickie-
different.
Quickie prick.
Don't Google it.
That is that's a British slang. British
You got a quitty prick! Cost a quitty from a prick!
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Comment below if you think we are
Accents
ignorant.
will get an epic dime from me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't encourage bad accents. But, make them tasteful, please. So it's a pretty quick process.
Okay.
You get paid out the 504 gold. You present the book of bounties with the bounty on it, and Quirion actually takes like a stamp and stamps it on like the Meadstead crest on there. And the page just basically like dissolves, becomes blank again, or is replaced by another bounty.
Thank you for doing business. If you ever find yourself in need to eliminate or otherwise dispose of anyone in the Book of Bounties, please contact. Like as usual.
That's,
Like here's a little card.
Yeah, where do you get one of those?
I got it off a dead guy. But you could probably buy them somewhere. I don't know.
Not anymore.
Would I? So would I be in the know of like where they would be acquired at this point?
Yeah,
or no?
typically like bounty hunters used to get them from the Arcanum.
Okay, used to get to them the Arcanum, but they're kind of useless now. I hear there's some in Southport, and honestly, I don't even know who keeps the books up to date.
I think we've got one or two over in the dwarf area.
Victor's gonna flip through and look for his name to see if someone else is like who's in charge of this.
See if somebody's put down your name. No, Victor is not on that list.
Good. Yeah, yes, it seems to be reputable still.
Maybe 20.
Natural one.
Okay, thank you.
Good for
Moving. That's it. You can move on back to the party now.
We'll head back and then I'll.
At this point, they've taken
for the coffers.
Grimm's body away.
126 each.
If somebody remember that for
I'll
Colby as
remember
well.
it for Colby. I'm gonna write it on the next page.
I'll probably remember it too.
Remind Colby. 126 gold. For Grim Bounty.
As everybody else is kind of walking away, Kalmia walks up to you, and she kind of straightens her. She's wearing kind of like that nobleman's coat with the two tails type thing, and she straightens it a little bit.
Councilwoman.
Yes. I wanted to thank you for your assistance in uncovering at least part of the plot. Obviously, I too still think that there is something going on, and I will make sure that more than Quirion investigates it.
I don't mean to sound harsh, but it doesn't seem like... Frankly, he's not very good at his job.
No, unfortunately, he is more of a captain of the guard by seniority rather than by merit. He's really good at protecting things and guarding things. He's a highly decorated elven monk in that regard. However, when it comes to logistics and tactics and general know-how on giving orders, he's lackluster, unfortunately. But I know that here, and she hold out a scroll to you. You're cursed again. No, I'm just kidding.
Boom, roasted.
Brother versus brother.
She says, if you present that to Crow, it is a message from me detailing what you discovered and what everything that was behind it. And he will make sure and clear the debt for Andraste.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Question. Unless did you have a response?
Nope. I was just basically going to turn to you guys and say, unless you have any other business here, we should probably go take care of this with Krauth. Actually, we should probably see Andraste first.
I do want to check one more thing on the body before we leave.
They've already taken the body inside.
I guess can we see the body before we leave? I have a question. Aramis, when you saw her magic, she was using lots of snake-like creatures, yes?
I think Urasa was like hands, but they were like green and wispy.
And then the thing that bit their faces, right?
They
It
were
was a
hands.
hand with
They were
fangs.
hands that grasped.
It was a
Just
hand
like-
with fangs.
Okay, it was a hand of fangs. So it was not...
No, it didn't have
That's why I
fangs.
just making that up.
But no, you do not suspect that she is perhaps working with your
The blood flame serpents.
blood flame serpents, would you?
I mean, anything's possible, but I didn't see any regalia,
I have
badging
some-
or anything.
I have some questions about what you was it someone that we interviewed
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Resh.
about what Resh told you,
Yeah.
but we can get to that in a minute. I think we need to go talk to Andraste and try to convince her to come back to Salsport with us.
Just be wary.
In fact,
hard to tell.
I'm going to go ahead and swap to the helm for teleportation.
Okay.
So, because I think it has a couple charges, right?
It shouldn't be fully charged by now.
Right.
should be.
What I'm thinking is I want to try to, if we can convince her to go, once we've turned in the, I got her debt cleared. Actually, it doesn't even matter. I don't even care if her debt's cleared or not. I'm going to take her to Salsport. Yeah, it's full charged. And then come back.
Okay.
Because now I'm familiar with...
Yes.
With
Yeah, you're
this.
familiar enough with Meadstead at this point.
Okay, yep, so I'll start tuning to the helm. It takes about an hour. So.
Yep. So you guys can start heading towards where you don't really know where Andraste is. You don't know where they released any of the 14 debtors.
Yeah, can I ask Maximilian before he leaves? Or is he already
Maximilian is already gone, but
gone? Who's around that we can talk to?
Kalmia is still here, and there are a couple guards at the gates.
I will ask Kalmia, do you know where they are taking care of the prisoners from the warehouse?
Oh, I believe they gave them proper clothes and a good meal, but most of them were very eager to get home, so they were sent to their respective homes. I'm not sure where they went from there. They were just kind of released once everyone realized that they were just prisoners.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so looks like we need to go try to...
Find Andraste again.
Let's go talk. Let's go look at the body. Or do you want to look at the body still?
I just wanted to check.
It's unusual, but I could get you...
Check for any identifying marks. The thing that bothers me most about it is if she does not seem to be... She had a scheme or a plan in place, but what it was to risk being found in the public eye, being the bodyguard, seems like there's something more to it, and I just want to know if I see any identifying, marks or things
Of
that
course.
might be able to help deduce what
Yeah,
that is.
I would be more than happy to.
Do you have anyone who can speak to the dead, perhaps?
No, unfortunately, nobody like that.
Too
here.
bad.
I mean, everyone can speak to the dead,
Fair.
whether or not they speak back.
Speak with the dead. Yes, that's what I mean.
No.
And not when you grab their head.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
Never heard of anything like that before.
Oh, people using the heads as...
That and speaking with dead, like that's... I mean, I know ghosts exist. Everybody knows that places can be haunted and that ghosts are real.
Oh, might want to watch out for this courtyard. Could have the ghost of Graham.
And it would be your guard as well, but thankfully...
Victor is going to look at you. He's superstitious and he's going to be looking at you like...
Take some salt and throw some sugar real quick. And the ghost behind you goes,
Yeah. He's never considered...
You have a hula hoop
The
full of
people-
salt that you just walk with so that you can't
He's never
get to you.
considered that the people that he killed would be the ones that are doing the hunting,
yeah, so if you guys
New
want,
fear unlocked.
you can move as a group, you can split up. Alomah says that now that all this business with Andraste is over, he'd like to go check out the earth that is here. which is the name for the Kitsune people, just to kind of connect with them and just see what they might be up to.
I'd love to connect, and if you don't mind, we'll check the body and then go see your people. I would love to meet them.
Yeah, he thinks that would be agreeable.
Well, unless so if you're gonna go check the body, are you gonna go with him for that?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for bloodletting circuits. I'm looking for infinite sight.
yeah.
I'm looking for any kind of
Like,
bang marks or burns or like
anything to
under the
identify this
tongue,
person.
tattoos on their lip, any of that stuff.
I am gonna head back to Avandra's favor and talk to Krauth, and then I want to go see if I can find Andraste. Do you remember where her house was?
They said
It was her apartment. Remember, we went there.
It's not the Harried Arrow.
Yes, her apartment on the Harried Arrow. It hasn't showed up yet.
Haha.
It was in the gold. Andraste's favor? No. It wasn't that. It was something. I know you said it, but I don't have it written down in the specific place.
It was the apartment complex right across the street from Meadstead's Best Tavern.
Meadstead's Best.
Finest.
He says finest, I think.
Finest. Yeah, Best is the tavern that Aramis
The other
went to.
tavern, yes.
Yes. Because that wasn't confusing.
If you would like to meet me there, it should only take about an hour.
Oh, sure. I guess Alomah, I can catch up with you later.
Yes, of course. Feel free to come by.
Not getting the clue that we're sending Colby to do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Kitsune, I love them!
I'd be more than happy to have you with the Earth as well. However, seeing them this session might be a little problematic.
Hey, Colby, guess what we saw last episode?
Yep. Took care of everything.
Visited
that you
your
needed to
Kitsune
worry.
family for you.
Hey, and
We all got tails. It was super easy.
We got him a second tail.
And Podrick, he decided we were like bros. And
Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and start off with the closest one, which is Grimm's body. Okay. So you head back into the.
I was just gonna roll it.
Nope. You're just going to head back with Kalmia. Aramis is joining you, right? Mm-hmm. So the two of you head back through the courtyard. Kalmia takes you down kind of to one of the lower levels. And as you are approaching, you hear sobbing. And as you kind of round the corner, you see that Mona is closing the door to a room. And she's wearing the kind of like another fancy dress. It's brilliant colors, that sort of thing, very elegant. But her face and all her makeup is just completely grief-stricken at this point. And she barely even notices you as she passes by and dabs at her eyes with a handkerchief and runs back up the stairs. And Kalmia just kind of stands off to the side, a little, not forlorn, but just a little, like, respectful and quiet.
I'm sorry, I'm not mean to improve. Is this a bad time?
No, I just think that Mona is taking the news and the betrayal of her bodyguard rather seriously.
Were they close before? I assumed that they were...
They were very close, best of friends.
Oops.
Well, what do you do? We want to be
Does
friends.
Victor grow a conscience at this point?
Nope. I mean, are we entirely convinced that Mona is not a criminal at this point? Not to be spreading rumors or anything.
I don't know. She seems genuinely shocked. If she is, she does not seem the type that would be masterminding these things. For her to react so emotionally to this loss would be uncharacteristic, unless she truly is a master of her emotions. It's all a ruse. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Right. The body.
Yes. Not to be disrespectful, but he'll like open the door and like flip the cloth off.
Okay. Yes.
And he's just basically going to check again. Like
so. Yeah, you're kind of going through. The first thing that you notice pretty quickly is as you're going through her voluminous. Thank you.
Voluptuous.
Thank you, because voluptuous. because I unfortunately cannot speak tonight. Enjoy an epic die. As you're going through her hair, you kind of pull it back, and two small little cat ears pop out that you didn't notice before. They don't look like house cat ears. They look like predator cat ears almost.
I'll pet him. Are they fluffy?
Oh yeah, they're very fluffy. Yeah.
So was she like a tabaxi or something?
What are other identifying marks?
Go ahead and give me a medicine check or investigation.
Does she wear gloves or like
she's wearing gloves.
Alright, so medicine.
Mm-hmm.
You want to help me out?
Sorry, you can do investigation.
Okay, 5 plus 5 investigation. That's worse. I'm gonna do medicine.
Okay, and you can aid if you want to. Aramis.
So, yeah.
Nope, that's worse. 10.
Okay.
I don't know. She has cat ears.
Yeah, no idea why she has them.
I don't know.
She does have gloves on. You pull those off, and the tips of her fingers are stained green up to like the first knuckle in various places.
Interesting. Have you seen this before?
No, I just assumed she'd been messing around with poisons. Whatnot.
I guess we'll continue the examination.
There doesn't appear to be any other identifying marks on her until you roll her over onto her side or onto her back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do find kind of a black mark on her lower back that's just sort of, it almost looks like a bruise, but not quite a bruise. It has like a single, it almost looks like kind of like a mole. Not really a mole, it's kind of got like a hair off of it and everything. Okay, does nothing.
Nothing. It's not like a pustule.
Oh, maybe that was her tail. Big dot.
I wouldn't say it's in the middle of the back, it's more on the left side. In case, like,
she has a really deformed back.
Tail. That was a dot. That's what I'm going with.
I mean, if I had the weird tail on the side, it probably would do. Can I make another check to see if I can discern anything medicinally about it? Like what it might be?
Yeah.
Oops. 14 plus 5, that's 19.
19? What would it be? Arcana.
Arcana would be a +1, that'd be 15.
15? It's good enough. Medically, it kind of just looks like a mole. As far as like some magical knowledge that pops into Victor's head, you've been told plenty of stories over the years as a member of the Eight Rings. Sorry, that happens with the bodies when they die. They just,
the warden just shaking the keys.
They call it the death rattle.
You've heard plenty of stories about how to identify certain types of individuals, and specifically, you've heard story about people who are marked by witches. A witch's teat of sorts.
Okay.
The devil's mark.
It seems to be a devil's mark. Do you think she is part of a coven?
Bring the body to the Bobby Yaga. See what she does. You're gonna go meet her anyway.
Oh, you're in real big trouble. This is Night Court 101. Call with a dead body.
You're right. Should we hide the body in our bag of holding and run?
I think we should just run. Leave it.
Tell me I'm going to step out of the room.
Oh, she's still here.
Blame it on me. I said nothing.
I heard nothing.
Well,
Night Court's not a real court. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, because it's called the Court of Night.
It's an old TV show.
Aramis is literally just like the TV show. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Night Court.
Night Court.
Yeah, Baba Yaga, she's definitely not out to kill me.
There, you both hear a faint cackling sound.
I'm going to pretend like I did not hear that. I think I'm done here. I'm afraid to touch the body at this point, in case I leave more fingerprints, because they do that these days, yeah? Fingerprinting?
We live in a world of magic. Fingerprints are like so low on the totem pole.
You have like your magic print. You leave your own personal magic.
Your
stuff.
aura. Yeah.
They can literally, like, a powerful enough archmage can be like retrace her steps for the past like 10 years.
Tell me, do you have any other weapons? I just need any weapon, please. Anything that I need to make it look like it wasn't a dagger that killed her. Or they'll know it's me.
Well, it kind of looks like she just burned up.
All right, you're right. Oh wait, is there a chair? Anything in the room that has a point on it? I'm gonna stab it in her back.
There's the chair. There's absolutely.
Blood force from it. All right, that looks good. All right, let's get out of here quickly. Then I'll lay the body back down, throw the drape over.
Wow.
Now you're complicit, yes?
I think I gotta tell your mom.
What? You saw nothing.
You know, they look at the body and they're like, I wonder how she died. This giant hole that's ragged, or this super precise, right in the spine knife cut. Gee, I wonder.
It looks like the killer stabbed her to death and then hit her with a chair.
Yeah, exactly. And then lit her on fire.
She might have fallen and it was a mercy kill, yes? Ignore the scorch marks of Cinderhearth.
Yeah, also both scorch marks are on there.
Yeah, I also...
All right, so I'm going to assume you guys leave
Anyway,
after
as
that.
we're done committing
I'm
war
like
crimes
I'm like backing out of the room as he's doing that. Like,
making uncomfortable decisions.
Almia's just kind of standing out there like, everything all right?
My conscience left.
yeah. Oh, I think she's just a bit. She was a little lively. We heard a laugh. Got a little scared.
Right.
Oh, all right.
I didn't hear any laughter.
You will. And he's gonna walk around like.
And then you go around the corner and Victor just goes, ha 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 ha.
No, ha 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 ha.
Okay, I did hear it. Oh dear. Well, if there's nothing else, I will escort you out.
Thank you.
Should we get to No. The greatest mead tavern. The Great Tavern of Meadstead. You know the one.
Oh, the one just outside of the Golden District?
That's the one.
Oh yeah, if you just take a left and then head down the left street, you should be able to get there just fine.
That's what I remember.
Greatest
the Golden
tavern.
District.
The other one you went to? That's right.
But you said the.
So you said the greatest Meadstead Tavern, which is a different tavern from Meadstead's greatest.
Oh,
So
no.
she gave you directions to the wrong tavern.
We're gonna
For
show
the
up
right
and be
tavern.
like,
They're all called like Meadstead's finest, Meadstead's greatest, the greatest.
don't-
Original
remember-
Meadstead's finest.
I don't remember it looking
original.
like this. I'm pretty sure I wasn't drunk when we went in, but I don't think this is what it looked like.
And then we can wipe to...
Yes.
Well, you guys...
Now this looks more like the one we were thinking about.
So we're gonna
Great.
go ahead and skip on over to Bolt here.
1 hour later.
So-
Who is
As I am walking towards the Avandra's favor, I want to send a message to Kilvex
okay.
and say, we've tracked down Andraste. Have Leah come to the tower for the next 4 hours.
You get a reply pretty quickly that is, I'm glad to hear that. I'll get her here.
Oh, this is not written with its usual lisp.
You like there's like 3 extra S's usually.
So,
He doesn't have that.
The lisps are just where the candle wax.
Yep.
sorry, what did it say? Totally forgot.
He said, "Sounds great." Or I'm glad to hear it.
Okay.
I'll get her. Here.
all right. Cool, we're all caught up now.
Yes. Everybody's on
And
the
then
same page.
I'm gonna get to Avandra's favor.
Everything is kind of business as usual around here.
Yeah. Is there
one
like
of
is there like a host or something at the door, or could I find
Yeah, there's like a couple.
one of the man maids?
One of the man maids. Yeah, you can find one of the man maids kind of wandering around.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Yeah.
Lederhosen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big guy with lederhosen.
Yeah, he's bald and he has one single tendril of hair.
Perfect.
Could you please tell Krauth that Bolt from the Wayward Watch is here? I have news about the thing he hired us for.
He stands up straight for a moment, and then he kind of motions for you to follow and turns around and starts walking.
I will follow.
Yep. He walks you through the fighting ring and back to the back room that you met Krauth in. And
Through the middle of the fighting ring?
no,
Oh.
like around the outside.
I was going to say, like, it looks a little different when
And
there's
most
not a fight
notably,
going on in here.
there's no bounders.
There is a fight going on, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what it is left up to your imagination. Because it's literally like an imagination spirit versus something else. Whatever it conjured.
There's a buttress sitting in the middle of the thing, and you're just like, huh? It just falls over on him.
Yeah!
Good show. Good show. Very good. Yes.
Yeah, so they open up the door. There's the other two man-maids in there.
I call that blood force trauma.
No, I'm just thinking of that anime with butts.
Whip hip girl?
Yeah, I hit with him, girl.
I love that one. It's so funny.
He's whip hip attack.
And Krauth the Aarakocra sitting in there, and he goes, "You've returned.
I have. And I have something for you.
Excellent."
I hand over the...
And he takes it, and he kind of uses his beak to crack the seal. And he goes, "Oh, it's from Kalmia." And you can see his feathers ruffle a little bit as he reads through it. He goes, "Oh, this is wonderful news. I'm very glad to hear this. I mean, obviously it's terrible news. I don't like that at least one of my usual enforcers was compromised. Were you ever able to find Eredred?
Eredred?
The dwarf that usually hung around with Resh."
Yes. Right. He was at the warehouse.
She
ran away.
Or she ran away.
He bravely ran away.
We did. And I'll relay the story of tracking them down to the warehouse, finding the enemies, and then we were assaulted by Resh and Eredred. And we were able to capture Resh, but Eredred had disappeared. Quite literally in front of us, and then we couldn't find her.
No, I'm very sorry to hear that. I will do whatever I can to see where she went, but that's not your concern anymore. And he snaps his talons, and one of the man-maids hit that same book that you saw earlier over, and he flips to a page and goes, "As for our agreement," he takes a quill and scratches out a name. He goes, "Andraste's debts are now cleared."
Thank you.
Of course. And waves the book away.
And I do wish you the best of luck dealing with your stepmother and your father. There's going to be some tension.
Yes.
So, next Thanksgiving dinner, maybe don't bring it up.
I'm not sure what Thanksgiving is.
It's when you give thanks.
Oh.
At dinner.
Okay. We call it Meadstead Day.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a Friday.
It's just
every
Friday.
Friday is Meadstead.
Oh yeah, there is actually tomorrow there is a celebration in Meadstead. They have festivals pretty much like every month.
Festivus Friday, every Friday.
And he goes, if there's nothing else, I will let you take your leave.
Thank you for that, and
of course.
Again, good luck.
One thing before you go. I would consider us friends at this point. We've been very truthful to each other, correct?
Correct.
From one friend to another, I would like to request that you keep our first conversation to yourself, mostly, if anybody asks around about it.
I am sorry, it's already posted on YouTube. I cannot.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yes,
Excellent. Mostly I'm just... Kalmia and I have an interesting relationship, and we're not quite sure if it would be approved by the other board members if they knew that she was hanging around with somebody that they would consider disreputable, of course.
Are you two romantically involved?
No, of course not. I'm married to a wonderful Aarakocra.
Oh.
Yes. She is somewhere around the city.
My wife, wherever she is.
She wanders. She wanders. Yeah. I think that was it. She's in a cave somewhere.
Yeah,
Screeching.
Screeching eagle in the...
Yeah. In the Underdark. Again, thanks, Syrinscape, for your wonderful sounds.
That's where she was all this time.
That's where they're getting all the creatures for the fighting ring.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep. The Underdark.
Yep.
Well,
They
I
literally
do
just
have
like
some
a pit,
business.
They throw a rope down there and they just pull whatever they can out.
Whatever grabs on.
Oh, look, a cloaker!
Outdoor.
Or is that a roper?
No, it's a cloaker!
I will take my leave now. I've got some
course.
other business.
Yes. One thing before you go. I'm something of a tinkerer
Technically,
myself.
the second thing.
Of course, my apologies. I am something of a tinkerer myself.
Yes.
And I wanted to. I'm not nearly as skilled as you are, but I wanted to get your opinion on something and offer you a gift at the same time.
I kind of like, whoa, yes, of course.
And he snaps his finger, and another one of the man-maids comes over with like a silver platter and opens it up, and there is like an orb sitting in there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Tell me what you think of this."
Okay.
And you take it, and you kind of like move it over.
10 minutes
manipulate
to
it.
identify.
Yep.
And now you're cursed.
Yeah, you know you're cursed.
So it crossed my mind as soon as he said the orb. Would you look at it? I'm like, okay.
Look but not touch.
You know, in a magic world, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to touch
friends,
that.
right?
Well, Volt's like, yeah, we're friends. Cool. Okay.
Absolutely,
Sounds
yeah.
great. Now, putting that wisdom to use. Yeah, I'll take 10 minutes and do
Just
identify.
what that is here again.
Just letting randos plug their USB sticks into you.
Ooh, viruses.
Wait, has R2 been here before?
So you. So you're going through it, and you realize pretty quickly that this is a shielding spell of some kind, right? And you're kind of going back and forth on it, and like it suddenly clicks into place that this basically creates a field of disruption against mental attacks.
Oh.
So this is technically a scroll, a spell scroll, but an Artificer style spell scroll of Intellect Fortress, a 3rd level spell. Which, for the duration, you or one willing creature you can see within range has resistance to psychic damage, as well as advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. Actually, sorry, this is a 5th level spell slot version of it. So it is 3 creatures, basically, can be affected by
How
this.
long does it last?
For an hour.
No? Oh,
Yep, and it's a concentration for 1 hour. But he says, this is sort of my crowning achievement as far as things go. Mental protection is obviously a major matter of importance for me, considering my line of business.
This is magnificent. I can't say I've ever seen anything like it.
I was a little worried that the focusing crystals weren't in the exact configuration that I wanted.
Everything looks solid.
Excellent.
I know this is your crowning achievement, but I have to ask. I have run into some issues fairly recently with magic that affects your mental faculties, and I was wondering if I could get you to either craft another one for me, or if I could buy this off of you.
How about we consider it a favor?
Okay.
You can take the orb. I would be happy to let you have it, because honestly, it's sort of sitting here doing nothing. I have much more permanent methods now than I did back then. So having this be out with such a wonderful adventurer like yourself would be more than worthy of a favor in return someday.
I accept those terms. I really would like to have something like this. I will definitely put it to good use.
Of course, please.
So I'll go ahead and put it into my bag.
Okay.
So, and then I'll also be like, and I'll take my message ring and be like, for the favor.
Of course. And he'll just ding, give you a little fist bump. You kind of look at it and you see that there, it etches a playing card onto it, but with a bird face.
Mm. Yeah. Is it a Joker, but with a bird face?
Yep. And he goes, I look forward to speaking with you again, Bolt. Thank you.
And thank you. You have a good rest of the day.
You as well. And I will head out. Okay.
I'm going to go to Andraste's next.
Okay, sounds good.
But I would like to add that. So as a spell scroll.
Yep, you can do a 5th level spell scroll. Intellect Fortress.
Now, I technically don't have 5th level spells. Can I still cast it?
You can with like an Arcana check, a successful Arcana check, and the DC is probably like 12 plus the spell's level. Typically, is what we go off of there. So Victor and Aramis, you quickly realize that you're at the wrong place. Victor, give me a history check or a survival, like streetwise-ish.
Survival or history. Let's go survival since that's +5. 13.
13. You remember enough that you can get back to Meadstead's finest or greatest.
I'm like 5 minutes inside. I'm like,
Finest.
I'm pretty sure this is not the place that we're supposed to be at. Let's go try the other one.
Alright. I think this was the place where I saw the guy with the horns and he gave me a little feather. I think I'm in the wrong place. You're right.
Alright. Let's go check.
Yep. So you guys walk down, and because of that delay, you pretty much meet up at the exact same time.
Both, you walk really slow. I thought you were coming.
You did have to like take the scenic route because you were attuning to the helmet as well.
I wanted to check out some of the buttresses on the way here.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, we didn't have that excuse. We got to the wrong place. Happens sometimes.
You made it here, and that's all that matters.
Yes.
So I'm
It's
going
all
to go up
about
to the
the
door. Is it like an apartment building style?
Yeah,
like a medieval style.
it's just like
apartment
except for obviously there's no like buzzer to get in. You just kind of find the specific mailbox that has Andraste's name on it, and you can go up to that room.
And then it has a magic hand that goes on the door.
But
cast Mage Hand.
Yeah, mage hand.
But as you're like going up to open up the door, it opens up, and a gentleman steps out. That's familiar to you. It's one of the Meadstead men that I think his name was Todd. I don't remember his name. He was a minor character.
Jolly Roger. Nope, that's a big session too.
Is he in your allies and enemies?
No. Was he the one that we sat? It's the one that we sat and we had drinks with, right?
Yeah. No. You know what? Yeah. Let's make it Buster. Buster the Busker. And he goes, "Oh, well, hello, friends. How's it going?"
Buster, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, I was just I guess it's a walk of shame, but that's all right.
Oh, really? Who's the lucky lady?
Well, I'll never kiss and tell, but she's up in 34B.
He looks over at the things.
Is that where Andraste is?
No,
Okay.
it's not Andraste. It says Maudlin is the name on it.
Well, Maudlin will really appreciate your discretion.
Excellent, wonderful. Everything going okay? Having a good time in the city? Do you need a tour of anywhere? I give some good tours. Never met this one. Where's your wolf friend, though?
This is Aramis. He's
Nice to meet you.
part of our group, and Alomah has went to check on the Kitsune.
Oh,
Outside
yes.
this.
Yeah, I was actually going to make a trip out there myself. I got a couple things to trade, that sort of thing. Aramis, nice to meet you. My name's Buster. I'm a busker, also a tour guide around here. And I see that loot on the back. Well, or is it a sword? Kind of hard to tell.
It's kind of a bit of both. It's a special contraption.
Well, I'm more of a and he taps a single hand drum at his side. He's like, my instrument's a little bit more different. I guess it's just different.
It's a percussion, as you would say.
Mhm, exactly. You any good with that thing?
Not too bad. I've been playing regularly for a while.
Do you
Mostly
like
been slashing.
He's played us many songs on our travels.
Well, are you busy right now?
Are we busy? I think we're looking for somebody.
I mean, I'm gonna go talk to Andraste. You
I think
guys
I
are-
gotta talk to Andraste next time.
All right. And if you want, I was just going to say we could play a little on the corner. I'm sure people would be more than happy to have some accompaniment.
Well, alright. I'll get to keep half.
Of course.
Alright.
Only way to do it.
Hold on.
I thought you
the
an
other
exposure act.
Hold on. Contract. Write a contract.
50? You agree? 50%? Please sign here.
Yeah, sure. And he's gonna take a knife out and just do a thumbprint.
And neither
You
of
look like you. I thought you were like stabbing your
Neither-
side for
No,
some
I just
reason.
reached back to my
armpit.
boot.
I mean, I got that, but
neither
I was
of them
like,
read the contract, but I wrote 60% in his favor, 40% in his
Give me a
favor.
deception check, please.
Okay. If you didn't read the contract, that's a low. So as I'm showing it to him, that's a 4 plus my deception, which is a 12. Okay, 16.
Yeah, he doesn't notice.
Nice doing business with you.
Yeah, of course.
you literally.
Yes.
No, that's how I end all of my contracts.
Sorry. it was-
So actually, Buster's going to take you over to like a corner. He goes, "This is my favorite corner." And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Buster, as you know. But I've got something very special for y'all today. Ladies and gentlemen, Aramis the Wonderful.
Alright, and I will start playing the Battle of Grimm, the newest song. This is the first time it's ever been performed.
Okay,
So-
give me a performance check. You are going to be, you're not exactly full advantage aided, but you're going to get a D6 from Busker picking up the tempo with the drums, the hand drum.
That is a 27.
27. It is a, so what type of song is this? Is it
It's
like
a
soft ballad, a heavy
it's
metal?
kind of like a Weird Al Yankovic kind of. It's
Okay.
like a joke song.
like a polka?
Yeah.
Like a polka?
Yeah. It's I took whatever was
That's
the
what they're
famous Meadstead song and changed all the words to be about fighting Grimm.
As she walked through the valley and there was
Yeah, which
Amish paradise.
works
or-
actually in your favor because everybody starts picking up the words really quickly and singing along.
She was like, man, my life is really lame.
So let's see. You said 22?
26.
18, 4, and 2. Yeah, 26.
Okay, that's
No, 24.
Mhm.
This is a wonderful song.
you guys make a total
Another
of-
famous bard.
Yep, another famous bard, yeah. 15 gold pieces.
All right. Not bad. Not bad at all.
From basically that, and then a couple other songs that Busker's like leading you in. He does play the Ballad of the Bloody Fountain with a wink to you, thinking that like you were there, even though you weren't. You're just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
I mean, this one is pretty good, I guess.
yeah.
I have
So
no idea it's about Victor.
yeah. So while they're playing that, you can go ahead and
Yep.
Andraste is actually up in on the second floor,
Yep, we'll go up and we'll knock on her door.
and you'll hear a.
It's Victor and Ezra.
Who is it?
It is Bolt from the Wayward Watch. We helped you in the warehouse. Sorry, Sheppy, that was me, not the
Don't
door.
worry, that wasn't the door.
Weird, bud.
And the door like opens up a crack, and then fully opens, and you can see Andraste standing there. Her hair has been done up in kind of like a round braid. Again, she is teal-skinned with kind of a darker green to black stripe, like tiger stripe almost, around the back bend, pretty much like a younger version of Leah. She's a bit slimmer, a bit thinner, that sort of thing. Yes, thank you so much for rescuing me. How is your friend, Aramis?
He's fine, actually, out with someone named Busker singing songs.
Oh, Buster.
Buster, yes.
He's a busker.
Right.
It makes it easy to remember.
Apparently not.
Well, I was wondering who you got to play with him. That sounds like really good music. How can I help you? I don't have any money if you're looking for...
May
payment.
I come in and talk?
She checks her knowledge on vampires. Yeah, sure, come on in.
Ooh, a Warforged vampire. I'm writing that down.
Yes.
No, they're
please,
tiny little
please.
girls.
Called Thing Forged.
Yeah.
Forged, yep.
And you have
Warfanged.
Warforged.
Warforged. But is that where a human turns into a Warforged? Or is it a Warforged that turns into
Warforged
a like
lycanthropy? Is
No,
that
a
just what the
werewolf.
Transformers have?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
or
The
is it
were
when-
car.
Yeah, or is it when a Warforged
It's a
turns
were
into like a bipedal?
Turn into a canoe and just. Great.
Dang it.
Just stuck on the land.
I'll just come in and
The worst were.
and I'll look at her furniture,
It is bare bones. Like it looks like it's from Meadstead IKEA.
and I will
right?
just wherever she please have a seat.
And she'll sit down on one of the couches.
And I will sit with my seatbelt.
Okay.
I still have that.
Yep. You forget about it, but there it is.
And so...
And she's just kind of like, her eyes go a little wide, and she goes, how can I help you?
Well, we originally came at the behest of your sister Leah.
Oh, Leah sent you?
Yes, she was quite worried about you.
Oh, I'm so glad that
she
didn't
cares.
think-
Yes, she does care.
Yes, I mean, that's pretty much it. We've kind of been growing a bit distant. She has her stuff and I have mine, you know?
Well,
distance, of course, was a factor.
Well, that brings me to my request. I would like you to come back to Southport with us and stay with Leah.
Leave Meadstead?
Mm-hmm.
I never really thought about leaving Meadstead before. I know Leah did, but Southport seems like a very big city.
There's lots of work, lots of good people. One really nice gnome that I could introduce you to.
Oh. Okay. She's now the prospect of maybe having a job lined up is filtering through her head, and there's a gnome that gives a shiver because you're coming back. Yes, of course.
My secret plan is to get them into a relationship.
Matchmaker, make me a match.
I have no idea about. This is Bolt. Bolt has no idea about how regular people have relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Just like she's single, he's single.
Yeah.
You can be not single together. 1 + 1 = 2.
like putting two dolls together and just like being like, yeah, kiss, come on.
Do something.
Yeah.
Yes. We could help you find a job.
Yes, I think. Yeah, I think that would be fine.
And you also don't have to worry about your debt to Krauf. That has been paid off.
You paid off my debt?
In a manner of speaking, we helped him with something. He wiped it clean.
Your debt has been transferred to me.
I mean, do I owe you for that?
No. Just, I would prefer if you could come. It would put my mind at ease if you could come to Southport.
Oh, so you want me to work for you then?
Not necessarily. I just want you to be around Leah.
I'm confused. What do you want for paying off my debt? I'm sorry to be bold, but...
Nothing. Leah is a really close friend of ours, and this was a request of hers. We're doing her a favor.
Oh. I'm gonna roll her a quick thing. Okay. I'll speak with her about it then. Yeah, I can come back.
Okay.
I hear that the river is really nice.
How quickly can you pack?
And she kind of glances around at the mostly empty apartment. She goes, all of my stuff was taken when I was taken. And all I have on me is, well, the clothes that I was given after I was rescued.
Well, I can also help you get settled in that way as well.
How long is this journey going to take?
Not too long. But I'm going to hold my hand out to her.
And she's going to tentatively take it.
And I will teleport us. Yep.
Now, it's not. Is it an action for teleport?
It's an action. Yeah,
Okay.
you just cast the teleport spell, basically, with it.
Okay. Yeah. Just thinking about the permanent teleportation circle that you have. You disappear and you pop right back into the tower, and she gasps and kind of stumbles a little bit. She has to roll a Constitution saving throw. She's fine.
She didn't puke all over the place?
Didn't puke. That's like my favorite thing about like new people teleporting is just like the idea that they're not used to the disorientation. Yeah. And she kind of stumbles a little bit, but she looks good and she goes, what was that? Where are we?
Welcome to the Wayward Watch Tower.
And then the door opens up and Kilobik steps in and he goes, oh, Master Bolt, you're back.
I am. Is Leah around?
Yes. And he steps to the side and Leah comes in and she goes, Bolt, Andraste? And she kind of sheepishly, hey sis. And then Leah comes over and hugs her fiercely. And she's like, you need to message me every day from now on. I thought I'd lost you completely. And you almost had. And then Aaliyah's going to turn to you and she's going to say, Bolt, may I hug you as well?
Yes, of course.
And she's going to hug you. She's like, I'm not sure if Warforged can feel hugs. I apologize if it's insensitive. Oh, good. Thank you so much, you and the Wayward Watch, for bringing Andraste back to me.
She is free and clear of all debts and favors needed.
How did you manage that?
It's quite the story, but I do have to get back.
Of course, right. We'll discuss logistics and anything else that's...
Yes.
Anything else between us.
I'm going to go over to Kilobix, pull him aside, kind of out of earshot of the two. Yeah. And I'm just going to drop like 10 gold for him and just be like, find her a room, prepay it, get some clothing if you can.
Of course. I will make sure to get her something near Aaliyah. It seems like they are going to be inseparable for the time being.
Yes. But don't give her this money. She seems to have a gambling problem.
Oh. Well, yes, of course. I will make sure that she has the comfort that are needed.
It's like a trust. Right? She can't access it. The money gets doled out, periodically, so she gets food.
Leah's a lawyer. She knows all about this.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you need while you're here?
I do not believe so. Would you guys have told... Because I told you what I was doing.
Yeah.
You guys have said if you needed anything from the tower.
Oh, I did have one thing for you. I'm sorry, Mr. Bolt. Just a moment. He goes scurrying out of the room, sliding out of the room.
Or does he like into the cracks and then disappear? And then...
Actually, in this case, he does actually go sliding out of the room. Most of the time, like when he needs to move about the tower quickly, from one location to another, but it seems like whatever he needs is just outside the room.
He like bends his knees and...
Yeah.
I always imagine he doesn't have... Like, he's like a candle with arms, and his head is the flame,
And then
So it's just kind of like like a slug trail.
It's like butter hitting a hot skillet.
And he leaves and he comes back a few moments later and he's holding a broom. And he goes, Miss Lyra left this for Victor before she went away.
Oh, all right. I'll take this back to him. Thank you.
Of course. Safe journey. Please keep me up to date.
Let me know if anything happens.
Are you making your way back to Southport then?
Yes, we will. I'm going to head back to Meadstead, and then we're actually going to travel back. We need to stop somewhere in the way.
Of course. Well then, have a good travel, safe journey, and I will see you soon.
And thank you for all you do.
Of course.
And then I'm going to
teleport back. Okay, another charge gone.
So, but in this case...
There is no permanent teleportation circle, so you need to roll.
Right.
And I think it's like a 25 or lower.
Yeah, let me pull up real quick.
By the way, with Intellect Fortress, you can study the scroll if you wanted to put that as a 3rd level spell moving forward. But you don't really have a spell book where you learn spells, so it's more just everything.
Yep. So if I'm very familiar, because I don't have an associated object.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm very familiar, 25 to 100 gets me up.
I mean, from there.
Yeah. Was there anything that you got from Meadstead that would be?
Yeah, you got
the
pearl,
orb.
right?
I got the orb.
You got the orb. Yeah.
Yeah. They use the orb.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's 100. That's 1 to 100 gets me there right away.
Yeah. Okay. So you, and then pop back into existence where the orb is most familiar.
Yep.
Which is a dark room that... do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay.
But
So
I can use the...
Yeah, you are in a complete dark room.
I'll use the light spell. That's the light thing on my gauntlet.
Okay.
Light up.
So before we get to that, we'll go ahead and switch on over to Aramis and Victor.
Sitting in the guy's office.
Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is my private time.
Aramis, you're just finishing up the set. Busker is passing out the money. He starts counting it between the two of you. 50-50 split, so...
Actually, as part of the contract, as a finder's fee, as well as royalty bonuses for singing songs about me, it was a 64. If you read the contract right here that you signed, is this your signature?
That is my signature.
It is very important that you read all of your contracts.
All the fine print.
All of the fine print.
And it's not even fine print, it's just like...
All right, so how much is 60-40 then?
We're both looking at him. You're the
How much total
mediator.
money was it?
Excuse me, you decided to be the manager for this deal. How much are we making here, manager?
And he hands you all 15 gold.
Alright, let's look at Victor's intelligence. See how good he is at math. It's a 0. It's
minus
10.
1.
10's not bad. Okay, so he'll,
count to 15.
it'll take him a second, but it'll divvy it up. And,
This is
he'll
also
provide
DM Cory not wanting to do math.
He'll provide silver as well to break this up in an appropriate manner.
And you are doing the full 60-40 with no other sneaky adjustments, correct?
No.
Okay.
No, Victor doesn't break contract.
No, I don't break contract. There's a contract.
He just writes them.
I never break
He just
contracts.
writes them
Bobby,
sneakily.
Yep.
So that'd be 9 gold for one.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and then it doesn't matter what Buster makes, but he puts it in his pocket and he goes, well, it was nice playing with you, Aramis. You play really good.
Thank you. It was fun. I haven't done that in a while.
Now you're making it big. You're in what they call the bees.
I mean, I was already a busker before this.
But have you done it under contract? That's the difference, my friend, between a professional and someone who doesn't really... someone else.
Give me a deception check on this.
Victor's just
12,
making all
right?
kinds of enemies in this town.
Deception.
He does not like Meadstead.
12, yeah! 19.
Well, I suppose that makes sense. Do you do a lot of contract work? I love it.
He looks over at me and I wink at him and...
Right. Well, all right then. He's just nods along with me. Looks like I'm official. I think this calls for a drink. And he,
I think
Hey,
you can't
now,
be the busker anymore.
because-
You have to be Buster the professional.
Buster the professional.
It's not easy to remember,
No.
but
Forget
it
my
is
own name.
catchy and nice.
Buster.
Sometimes I find myself calling myself Busker.
You're no longer Busker the corner guy. You're Busker... Find something with pizzazz.
Buster.
Just Buster.
Just Buster.
Like,
Yeah.
Buster.
One name, like Cher, which is actually a person in this universe now.
But it's
Or Sia.
Share.
Yep.
And it's a child. It's a person that wrote childhood books
Yeah.
about sharing.
Yep.
So, and also, don't want to brag or anything, but you can say, as you play the Blood of the Bloody Fountain, you've actually played the song with the people who were there.
Wow. What was it like at the Bloody Fountain?
Well, it was white and red.
Not even a deception check. That tracks. Wonderful. Well, if you excuse me, I got some gold in my pocket. I'm gonna go spend it.
Spurt in the hole.
Spoken like
Ow, I think someone cast a spell on it.
Yeah, metal.
Yeah.
Buster the professional is going to walk away and slam open the door to Meadstead's finest, and he goes, Valinat, give me a superior.
That's his like walk off into the sunset moment.
Yep.
Right.
The door closes, and then the door to the apartment building opens, and Bolt comes walking out. I'm assuming taking off the hat at this point.
Yeah.
Or...
I thought I was in a dark room.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
We can cut all that.
Yes, and
Yeah. So the two of you are waiting around, wondering where Bolt is.
I go rap on the door and...
No answer.
Think something happened to him?
Did he tell us he was going to teleport?
Yes, he did tell you.
Yeah, I told you that I was.
Try the door handle as it pans over to him.
Okay. So you try the door handle. The door swings open and does the transition
Yeah, it's
for
a
you.
transition.
Yeah. You turn the light on, and you are surrounded by junk. There's a lot of like different trinkets in here, half broken baubles, that sort of thing. There's kind of a work table with a few different like. It looks like somebody was trying to make an explosive caltrop machine at one point. It's sort of half built, judging by the caltrops, kind of like in a scoop, ready to be, kind of slammed into place. In that same kind of orb style that Krauth used for the other object.
Oh,
Oops. I'm going to go to the door.
So you open up the door. It leads out into a hallway, and there are 2 man-maids standing out in the hallway. And they glance over at you, and
I pipe up
take a step.
Pardon me. I seem to have teleported into that room. I am a friend of Krauth.
And they are going to advance on you. And they are going to each gently take a meaty fist and wrap it around one of your arms. And together they actually pick you up. And they will start
that's a lot of weight
down the hall. Yep. And soon enough, you are back in the room. Krauth is currently munching on gnomish chips. As
I tell you, I'm a friend of his.
Oh, Bolt, I'm surprised to see you again. Put him down, please, and they will drop you, which is...
And then I will seatbelt.
Yeah. To what do I owe the early pleasure?
I actually, I teleported away from Meadstead, and I used... pull the orb out. I'll use this as a anchor point. Oh. And it appears to have brought me not to the place I wanted to go, but where I'm assuming that you made it.
Right.
So I apologize. I did not mean to intrude on your
of course
your personal area.
No worries at all. Feel free to leave when you're ready.
I also got a quick look at some of the stuff in there, and I'm very impressed. I think you have a very fine future as an artificer.
Thank you. Mostly I learned it to work on the golems, obviously, but
did we see the golems? Oh, the beer golems.
Yeah, the Meadstead golems that kind of wander around.
Oh, I've actually repaired a few of those on the road.
Oh.
Headcanon underneath as the papers, as he's walked out of the room, the papers slide aside, and he sees a schematic of Bolt himself, and he's trying to recreate
actual cannon.
Yeah, as I walked away.
Yep.
He's got like this voodoo doll that looks like Bolt in the corner.
But yes,
again, I apologize.
No worries.
This was unintentional.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You as well. And I'm gonna leave.
Yep. What is your passive perception?
Passive perception, just 10.
Hey, thank you.
That's all.
I just want to get out of there.
Yeah. So you just make your way through out of Avandra's favor and back on the street.
I will take the helm off at this point and put my brooch back on.
All right. So. And then it doesn't take you too long. You kind of hustle this time as Victor and Aramis are probably getting ready to do an investigation of their own.
Yeah. You
come around the corner heading for the tavern and apartment.
Ah, Prince.
You hear the overturning tails. Bolt, where are you?
Get out of my bar.
I'm right behind you, Victor.
Oh. I was afraid you ran off again.
No, I teleported out. When I tried to come back, I ended up somewhere I didn't expect. But I can tell you about it later.
Is teleportation dangerous?
Not really. I mean, I full on believe.
No, yeah.
Wisdom-wise, it has never really failed me, and that wasn't danger. As far as I was concerned, that was not danger.
All right.
Well, I think he's safe. Look, he's got a seat now.
Victor's trust of teleportation goes down. What?
I've got a shield.
Okay.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad you're okay. We were worried for you.
Thanks. I got Andraste back to the tower and met Leah there, and we're getting her set up in Southport. But
well, I owe both of you drinks. So
sure.
Sounds good.
Afterwards, perhaps we can see if there's a bookstore nearby.
And I want to keep my eye on the dock for the something arrow heavens. The harried arrow.
Harried arrow.
It might be appearing any time.
Yes. Let's talk. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. What is the deal with Theravix?
Couldn't really tell you. I got a message when we were in that Fairy Dragon's little fun game. Found out that I guess Solos wants me to take out Theravix. And he's in Meadstead.
You don't know anything else about him? You haven't done any research on what he's doing here, or what he does in general?
I usually don't ask.
How then do you know that you're not killing an innocent person?
Well, I've heard that he's a slave trader, so can't be that innocent.
True, but what about the others?
I mean, thought has crossed my mind from time to time.
No disrespect to your god.
No, he hasn't led me astray yet, so I have no reason to question.
Okay. Well,
but blindly following something isn't necessarily good either. I mean, you can look at the Bloodflame Serpents and
No, you're pointing at me.
you can look at
the Bloodflame
for
Serpents.
following Nate Reams.
Victor for like half a second would be like,
The Bloodflame Serpents and argue that that's what they're doing for there, and I don't want to be like them. So,
Well, let's just. So you are part of the Watch now. Let's just try to make sure that when you get one of these feelings or visions, I'm not sure how you receive them.
It's kind of a little different every time. Usually, just something comes out of the flames.
Okay. Let's before we just run in and attack whoever, let's do some research. And I'm willing to help with this. I just don't want. I don't want you to end up hurting someone that is completely innocent, and I don't want that coming back on the rest of the party. Does that make sense?
So you think I'm a liability?
Kind
That's
of
all right.
all. We all are in our own ways, as
I
you
mean,
saw earlier.
Victor knocked down a big old barn with a family inside, so
Right. And you saw what I did earlier against my own volition.
I think
And you saw what Alomah did to that dear old man.
what is important,
We're all liabilities.
and it's at some point in time, even the Eight Rings were being led astray a little, and I think it's what the boat says is important that we help each other. One question I do have is, you say you see it in the flames. Is that how you worship, by staring into the fire? Is that
I heard
literally staring into fire?
if you give fire pine cones, they sometimes like it.
I can attest that is factual.
Okay.
There was a goblin that showed me one time, and
All right.
it works. The fire was happy. Happy fire.
Good to know.
I don't really worship
I
Zolos.
think I need to get some, in case we ever run into a fire elemental.
Well, I'm curious though, if you
Can I offer you a pine cone in this trying time?
Perhaps it's not what you call worship, but maybe communing with him, to look into the embers of the fire.
I think my worship of Zolos is being his arm of vengeance.
I can't remember. Have you told us have you always worshipped Zolos, or did you tell us your story?
I told you guys about.
Yeah, it's not so much a worship as it is a
just like a leader follower type.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
like he points.
Boss
you go.
subordinate type
Yep.
relationship.
Right. Sorry. I mean, I'll just. You can tell me if I'm misremembering.
Yeah.
Have you always been a follower of Zolos, or is this something
No,
that happened later or early in life?
It happened after the incident, and I think I told you guys about the
Yeah.
carnival.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Because weren't you left for dead or something?
well, basically they just like torched the place and left.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
I
And then-
just happened to be there.
Yeah.
Well, I worked there. But
Okay.
No, it was after the after the incident. I searched for meaning, and somehow praying out, asking to kill people. Somebody answered. It was us.
Well, if my studies have taught me anything, there's essentially a god or some kind of deity for nearly everything. So it's kind of no surprise that something reached out, accepted your plea.
I'm just anxious to make sure that we do not end up on that list.
Well, I think so far you're fine. I mean, Zolos did tell me to seek you out. I don't think he would say that.
Told you to kill me?
No, seek you out. Seek out the Wayward Watch.
Alright,
Oh.
alright.
Fascinating.
So, I don't think he wants to kill you, unless he's playing the long game and I just don't know it.
Ashes from the fire. Crack.
Kill them
You hear like the popping in the wood.
Kill
Sounds
them
like
now
laughter.
while their healer is away.
Don't forget to use charm magic on the Warforged.
Well, I sure hope that that is not the case. But so he's on his way on a ship.
That's what the dwarf said. Oh wait, the half-orc said.
And do we know what dock they're coming to?
No,
That's
you didn't
probably
get
how
to
we
We
know
haven't,
it
we
was
haven't
supposed
even
to just be
investigated
here.
yet. We knew it was
We-
2 days, so I think we have tomorrow to
Yeah.
basically figure it out.
Yep. It should be arriving tomorrow.
Okay. Well, after our drinks, we should probably get started. And I'm going to take a drink of whatever you bought for us.
Silver band.
Okay.
Whatever.
Let's see
I
if I
think
like it or not.
silver is second up, so it's a moderate. I believe.
I take a drink and I'm like, this is vile.
there's like a tense moment where the people around you hear you say that, and then
the violence, like,
you start drinking more, and they're all like, yeah. Pretty much how it goes the first time,
it's Malort.
I hate it. Would you like more? Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, there's this like whiskey made out of like dandelion flowers, and it's called Malort. And it's like, I think it's Chicago native, but it's terrible. And when you drink it, you're supposed to. It sucks, but you're supposed to chug it and then be like, another Malort. But it's awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Talk
So it's
after-
Meadstead. Yeah.
So
I
after,
imagine that's Meadstead.
after another round of Meadstead Malort, you guys can head to. I'm assuming you want to head to the docks.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go to like whatever the dock master's office is.
There, you can head right there. There is a wonderful human man, just kind of with a. He's got black hair coming down this side of his face, but he's got no hair on that side of the face. And he just looks up and he goes, "Oh, welcome. How can I help you today?"
Hello, sir. My name is Bolt. This is Aramis and Victor.
Oh, nice to meet you all.
We are looking for a ship coming in.
Okay.
We have some business with them.
Oh, right. No worries. What was the ship name?
What was it called again?
The Harried Arrow.
The Harried Arrow.
Arrow. Let me just check the book here. I
Your,
was flipping through.
your discretion with our business is much appreciated. And I'll set a gold coin on the counter.
Of course. I understand discretion is warranted sometimes. Let's see. Yeah, I do have a ship called the Harried Arrow that is coming in tomorrow. It will be in the northern dockyards over by the warehouses.
Do you by chance know what it looks like?
I'm afraid not. I don't have. Usually they have the names on the side, but I assume it's just an airship. Of some kind.
In the northern dockyards.
Yes.
Right.
I think they had some. It looks like they are dropping some cargo off at the warehouses and picking some up.
Sounds good. Oh, they should probably be careful. The warehouses have been known to catch fire.
We had that fire that went through that one. Took up a lot of stock.
Sounded pretty awful. Sorry for all that were involved, really.
A lot of crazy stuff happened yesterday. Did you hear about that weird incident in the farmsteads in the northwest?
No.
Okay, alrighty. So,
What happened?
apparently,
Victor's genuinely like, he's like, what?
apparently some mad druid went through and destroyed the farmhouse out there, freed all the bounders, and like wrecked the barn of old Rumid.
You know, I heard it wasn't a druid, it was a pretty good looking guy. But it probably
druid.
I thought you said you hadn't heard about it.
Wait, hold on. Get to that in a sec. Are you saying that druids can't be good looking?
They have a certain quality. It's not for me.
Well, I
It's that
think
all natural look, right?
It's probably
I think
dirt
fits.
under the fingernails.
Yes, but there's probably someone that
wouldn't say they're
finds
bad.
them attractive.
Yeah, someone do. Sometimes it's the smell when they do this changing forms. The smell doesn't always go away, you know.
That is true.
They turn too big or to like a.
Remember
large cat.
Jaren?
Oh,
we had
Jaren.
We had to constantly buy bath potions for him.
Yes, and even after he was smashed,
I
he
can't.
still smelled like the skunk when he was polymorphed.
I can't believe he drowned in one of those bath potions.
Poor man.
And then he was smashed.
Yes. Wait, was he the one that drowned us?
I am not sure. I can't remember. The smell was just so. I think he might have had a brother or something. It was all a blur, but I know that the bath potions were not ineffective.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation. but-
Sorry. We had a druid friend who'd like to turn into a skunk.
Right.
Not a good idea.
My condolences about his death, I guess.
My condolences about him being a druid.
Okay, is there anything else that I can help you with?
I don't think so.
Weird outside
Aramis is already backing out the door.
Do I
As
really
usual.
want to be on this team?
I just always moonwalk away from every situation, but I don't know how to moonwalk.
And Alomah moonwalks, but in a different way. He
Yeah.
does the moonbeam, and then
And he
he
just
walks away.
Okay, well, have a good day.
And you as well, sir.
Yeah,
Pleasure doing business.
yeah, with you too.
Northern docks with the weirdos.
Who told them that it wasn't?
This is where we're walking
Yeah.
along. That's a good thing. The less they suspect you, the more likely you're gonna get away with it.
But someone else is going to
What, take the credit? The fall?
take
The fall?
But that's not honorable. They should know it was me. I should tell him.
No. If you do that, then
That's-
you'll be on the wrong side of the law, and Zolos will want you.
You're
for
right.
justice.
As much as I don't want to agree, I fully agree with Aramis. You should not tell them.
Right.
We already have enough trouble.
If there's
don't
one
need-
thing I know how to do,
We don't need you in that book.
it's
Well-
escape punishment. So follow my lead, and you'll be just fine.
How much punishment have you escaped from?
Are you like the story of the little slug that sits on people's shoulders, like Conscience?
That's the 8-ring version.
Yes, very much so, Victor. You're going
I've
to
only
do
heard the one
everything that I
about the
will.
butterfly.
Well, I didn't want to say butterfly.
Can I find a leaf nearby?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna be like,
Let me tell you a
Aramis
story.
has a new tool in his arsenal to haunt.
put it in my pocket.
It's
Right
payback.
next
Oh,
to
wait, I have the feather.
Yeah.
It's payback for our other game where I kept slipping
Oh, yeah,
stuff
jerky in my stuff.
in your bag.
Dude, I don't want turtle jerky.
Turtle
anymore.
jerky,
Oranges.
I kept sleight of handing like oranges in your bag.
Oranges and turtle jerky.
All right, well, you guys have a date and a location.
All right.
And I think that means that you've got probably about the rest of the day of downtime. We'll find out what Alomah is up to, I think, next time. Yeah. And we'll get back to this and hopefully get to find out what the last little bit of Meadstead has to offer. But until then, yeah, it's just Mead. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We had a wonderful time this evening. Inspirations all around. I absolutely love it. If you have one, let me know. Did you all use inspiration? Oh my gosh, an epic die each. The fact that you guys used your inspirations that's just incredible. I love it, so I'm here for it. But for you at home, you get inspiration as well for sitting through this episode.
Double inspiration. If you liked, subscribed, and commented
Yes.
with a squid, skull, or what else do we have this
Yep.
episode? A poop emoji.
It's when she went, oh shit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then don't forget to check us out on Twitch or YouTube on Fridays, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where we do some art or some painting just for the fun of it. And then thank you again to Syrinscape for your wonderful little sound effects that you always provide for us. We didn't use them too much. Yeah, that was a fire trap, apparently. We didn't use them too much this evening, but we love them nonetheless. I think that's everything. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Oh, that was fun.
I saw you writing something in your book.
I was writing lyrics to the song.
Yeah, I was
Battle of,
wondering if you were going to.
Oh, they're
Grim?
terrible lyrics because they were fastly written. Which is blood red, setting sun, grim controlling metal ones. Brave guards fight for honor. Maximilian lives for longer. Poison hands that hurt the realm. We lead by teleportation home. La-di-da, la-di-da, the battle of Grim. La-di-da, la-di-da, Wayward Watch wins again. That's the song.
I love
it.
love it. That's great.
I'm going to take that and auto-tune it.
Do it. Put it at the end of the episode.
It's like an outro.
Yeah.
And now for something a little different.